This is not live. I'm just setting it like this, recording it like this to make it a little easier on myself so it gets onto YouTube faster. I got a little busy day. That doesn't even make any sense, but I do. It's a little busy day. So, new moon. Wow, when nodes are flipping around, so I'm like, what? So as you guys know, I am not an astrologer, but here it is. So this is a Cancer new moon, just as the lunar nodes shift into Aries and Libra, unlocking an 18-month karmic cycle. Oh, I hope I was good. That's all I can say. Oh my gosh. 18 months. All right. So the last time this happened, it was between 2004, 2006. So you can go back and look at that. And obviously, you got to go look at the astrologers out there, spiritual growth. They'll have way more information than I will. But this is a really a creative placement, I guess. So it's powerful. Some of the things that we may see during this time is, and I'm going to read on this today. I want to read on the, what is it, the Suwałki Gap in the Russian-Ukraine Baltic Sea NATO area. Somebody asked me to look at that, and I went, oh, I don't know anything about it. And now I started looking into it, and I went, oh, I have been looking into it. I just didn't know the name of it. We'll get into it. So anyway, some of the things that we can expect to see during this time, during this creative time. It's a question around what is fair, some fairness, social justice issues, a spotlight on the beauty industry. Does this mean I'm getting my hair cut? My wife would really like it. She's so tired of sweeping up my hair on the floor. She goes, you're losing all your hair. Well, have you looked at it? Anyway. Some headstrong attitudes and beliefs. Yeah, we're getting that with, we're going to be getting that, I think, with the U.S. politics. Heated emotions around world events, and this is where it gets a little scary. There's an increase in military exercises. So there's a lot of stuff going on. We have crazy world natural environmental shifts going on. I read an article where they said that we are pumping so much groundwater, so much of the aquifer out of the ground, hence groundwater, and that is, most of that is going back into the oceans, which is creating an imbalance in the world and making the world shift. I'm like, really? Maybe, could be. Not that we're going to look into that today, but I remember in grade school thinking, we had a teacher talking about that. Not that specific issue, but that we were pumping up too much groundwater and not replenishing it. And yet here we are. So we have droughts going on in the world. And then we have floods going on in the world. And I got to say that being in California, all our reservoirs are full. Last year at this time, they were empty. This is just a temporary. This isn't the new normal. I think we have the El Nino that is setting up now, so that's going to be more climate issues. It may give us more water out in the west, but it's also major droughts in other parts of the world. So we are just facing a global shift in weather, and we need to be sensitive and we need to be caring, and whatever we can do to help that out. And I'm doing my part. You guys know where this is going, right? I'm not driving my 8 Lamborghinis anymore. I'm not filling them up with gas. I'm not driving. Well, maybe a little. Go to the grocery store, you know. Essential travel in a Lamborghini. Essential travel in a Lamborghini. That's like military intelligence. We're not going there. But I did. Okay, speaking of military, let's, I pulled 3 cards from the Shaman's Dream regarding this new moon, these nodal shifts, and the cards that I got was, let's see if you can read that, the Horseman, the Herald of Change. This is going to shake us up a little bit. We get comfortable in what we're doing, our day-to-day stuff. And when we face a change, it's a little uncomfortable. It's a little messy because we haven't figured out how to manage all the little pieces to it. So just know that. Know that. Also know that this jeweled web of connectivity, this goes on so many different levels, right? We talk about this on Sunday a lot, about this web of connectivity is what we think reverberates on the web. What we say reverberates even more because it's vibration on vibration, right? So when we think, we're just sending that out to our inner web. Our physical web is vibration through our voice. And it's also, so it's watch what you say, watch what you think. And more importantly, what I'm hearing is set clear intentions to what you want to say, what you want to think, and keep it positive. And the third card that I got was Crown Games, the right use of power. And that goes back to what you say, what you think. We can choose to be negative and go, oh, the world is such a crap place, this is horrible. Or we can choose to go, let's find the joy, let's find the beauty, let's find the positive connections that we can build on. So we can get all cray with this, with these games that we play up here. But when something like that, when we get something negative in, just say, no, 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 no. You're not coming into play today. You're going away. I'm thinking positive stuff. I'm thinking how we can herald, how we can ride this horse of change and move on to a better place. So, with that being said, so new moons, we can do new moon rituals, and I strongly suggest to do something with, you know, what you're going to release, what you're going to embrace. And embracing this change in all of its forms that's pretty exciting. We got some huge changes coming up. Huge. Okay. And some huge, that horse is going to, you know, take off. And if we're not holding on, it's going to be kind of crazy as we get our footing back onto the horse. We're going to be bouncing all around. All right, so let's take a look at this Suwałki Gap. And if you guys don't know where it is, go ahead and Google it. It's a land strip between Belarus and a part of Russia that I can't pronounce. It's called Kaliningrad. Kaliningrad. Germany, brief history, I think this is correct. Germany gave this piece of land up back to Russia after World War II. So it's still kind of, I think, kind of part of Russia, annexed or something. And it is, so you have Russia, Belarus, and then you have, I'm going to get this wrong, Poland, Lithuania, and there's that strip of land that attaches to Kaliningrad, and then Kaliningrad is on the Baltic Sea. Here's where it gets interesting. The Baltic Sea now, except for, I think maybe that might be the only place, is surrounded by NATO countries. When Sweden was accepted into NATO, and I'm not sure if that is official yet or what, I'm not sure how that actually happens. I know that everybody's agreed to it, so we'll see how that works, the timeline of it. But Sweden, you think it's this neutral little country that used to have a really cool car company. Again, with the cars, the Saab. They were cool cars. Saabs were neat. And then during the 2008 time period, I think Saab kind of fell on hard times. GM bought them, and then they disappeared. But I think they may be back. I think somebody came up with an EV Saab that I'm like, I'm gonna get rid of a Lambo and get that, but I don't think it's in production. Anyway, sorry, squirrel. Saab, Sweden has this mild little country, has this incredible army, this incredible military. And from what I read on this, the sole purpose of the military is to defend itself against Russia. So they have crazy fighter jets, and that's where the Saab Automotive Company came from, was these jet engineers. So that's why the cars were so cool. They were the first ones, I think, to do a turbo for manufacturing. Those cars were crazy fast. I could be wrong on that. You guys will correct me. I know you car aficionados out there. What else? So they have amazing strike fighter jets. So they are going to be able to control the Baltic Sea with all these NATO nations. Russia's kind of out of that. The Baltic Sea is pretty important for shipping. So I'm sure Russia does not want NATO controlling that. So this little landmass is like a military choke point. So if Russia would get this, it could be a huge problem, a huge problem. And if they didn't get it, I don't know. Let's just take a look at it and see what we have. The Suwałki, I'm not pronouncing that right, Suwałki Gap in Russia, in Ukraine. A lot of crazy stuff going on in Ukraine. So Russia stopped their the grain shipments now. Oh boy. And somebody, Ukraine maybe, bombed that bridge again that Russia was so proud of, that Putin was so proud of. So Russia's blaming Ukraine. Ukraine is going, well, you know, when the war ends, we'll start divulging how we did things, what we did. But right now we're not talking. Let's look at that gap. The gap. Is it, what does Russia, what plans does Russia have for that land mass gap? It's going to affect a lot of NATO countries, Lithuania, Poland. And he had all these Wagner Group people going into Belarus. Was that the reason? They were bringing in big, heavy military vehicles. The gap. The Suwałki Gap. Whatever. Suwałki Gap. That connects Belarus to the Baltic Sea. Baltic Sea. Suwałki Gap. What can you tell us about that strip of land? Okay. So I got the Knight of Swords. So this Knight of Swords is about, he's riding on strength. He's riding on the lion of strength. So it looks like that they're looking at that. They're going, yeah, let's do something here. First card, not sure. The second card is being charged by the Nine of Wands, being a little restricted. Is this the Sweden thing that came in? You know, oh, now Sweden's part of NATO. So if Russia goes in there and starts fighting, these are all NATO countries. Then NATO is going to be getting involved. And we already know this. The U.S. already knows this. We already have troops and military in that area, according to what I read. NATO is at the base of this, the lovers. In the past, as it relates, is the suspension, the Hanged Man. Taking some time, looking at it. This goes back to, this card goes back to, let's just take a time out a little bit. Let's just wait. What I heard was that Trump and Putin, they were waiting for Trump to become president in 2020. It didn't happen. That's what I got. At the top of the reading is the Two of Swords. So these Two of Swords, what are we doing? It's not an easy decision. It's not a clear-cut decision. It's got a little bit of emotion to it, and it's got a little bit of the moon energy in it. Once you go in there, you're not quite sure what you're going to be getting. This is what I'm hearing if Russia goes in there, or Belarus, or the Wagner group. Wagner. I don't know why I pronounce it like that. Maybe it's the right way, maybe the wrong way. Slow moving night in the potential near future. Yeah, they're thinking. They're slowly, maybe, slowly. Let's just keep going. Let's keep going. Moving, the chariot. Fast movement too. So this is in the internal position. This is what they want. This is what they're doing. This is the Wagner group going into Belarus, setting up shop. Four of Pentacles in the external position. There is something going on that's saying, hang on, hold on 1 second, buddy. Do you think anybody calls Putin buddy? Hang on, buddy. I don't think so. Did you call me buddy? Out the window you go. Hopes and fears. The World card. NATO. We're going into this, even though this is this kind of shit show that we're in right now, we are going into a whole new world collective where we're going to start taking care of ourselves. I hope I live long enough to see it happen. We're part of this. Keep our intentions high, keep our vibrations high, keep that web of connectivity buzzing with positivity. And the final outcome is a celebration, is three coming together in joy. So when I look at this, hang on, I'm going to try to pull up, what is it? Suwałki Gap in Russia's intentions. This could be like they're celebrating, they won, but this is in joy. I don't see this in joy. I think that the world is coming together and saying, no. Let's just keep going with some clarifications on this. Let me drop this down too, and then you can see the mess that I got on my table. Okay, let's see if I can get this down just a little bit more. There we go. So the overall energy with this is they got an idea, they're thinking about it, they're a little restricted. NATO is at the base of this, that they're going, I don't know, what do we do? They had a plan in the past, but it's in suspension. Now they don't know where they're going. They do want to move forward with this slowly. They do want to move forward with this. Internally, they want to move forward with this fast. So this is where we're really going. They go, let's move this. Somebody is saying, let's go fast with this. The external position is, let's hold on a little bit. So there's this conflict going on, and that's what this Two of Swords is all about. The world plays a huge part of this, and people are coming together to celebrate. So I don't think they're coming to celebrate more fighting. This is three countries coming together, and it could be Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia. It could be that. Giving and receiving. Strength. In the higher order of things. This goes back to that crown, the right use of power. This is all about NATO, giving and receiving. Giving and receiving strength for a higher order of things. Yeah. Old family money, that could be the oligarchs. They're getting new information though. And again, we have a celebration. We have a celebration. In this deck, it's not so much a false celebration. Because when we look at these Four of Wands, it could be in the Rider-Waite, you have two people celebrating and the other 3 or 4 people are just like going, oh, really? Really? You guys are doing this? Oh. But in this deck, there are no other people. It's just 2 people celebrating. It's just coming together in celebration. So at the base of the reading, 2 of Cups coming together, Sun. We are going on a new journey. And here's that Moon card. We're a little unsure of what's going on, of what we're bringing out, but we are going to be able to balance it out. So let's just dig into it a little bit deeper. And I want to look at, so overall, it looks like they're looking at it, they want to move, they want to get in there, they want to mix it up, but there's some faction, there's some group that's saying it's not doable. And that strip of land is difficult to defend, to get in there and take over, because it's very mountainous and rivers and stuff like that, according to what I read. So there it is. Is the Wagner Group going for this I can't pronounce it. Suwałki Gap. Is the Wagner Group going towards the Suwałki Gap? Going to take over the Suwałki Gap. So the undecided card, 2 of Pentacles, juggling, balancing. The Lovers, to me this is NATO. And then we got the moving on card. Okay, I need a little clarification, please. A little clarification. Psychic Duck goes, ask me. Ask me. What? Different question. Okay. So at the bottom of the deck, because I just pull them out, which I always look at a lot of times, is the Wagner Group going to go in there? I got a big no, but let's double check. It's encouraging, an encouraging sign. I just think that they're going, we're going to be made mincemeat. I'm going to make mincemeat out of that. What was that? I'm going to make mincemeat out of that. Rabbit. Is it rabbit? Some cartoon. Anyway, okay. Here we're talking serious and I'm talking cartoons. What's going on? All right, all right, all right. Wagner Group into this Suwałki Gap. Clarification on this Chariot. Suwałki. See, and the Lovers could be, you know, Russia and Belarus too. A An unholy alliance. What is this? A little clarification. Is Russia and the Wagner Group going to start military operations in the Suwałki Gap? They're talking about it. Communication, they're talking about it. Yes, yes, and they're going, and what about NATO? The unity of all these countries. That's where this is going. Overseas travel, family, fast. If something happens, it doesn't, I think it's, okay, let's just read that. Because I think Russia is on its last leg. I mean, I hope, please. It feels like, they're just really hanging on to everything. Nobody, as Biden said, they're done. The war is over. Russia it's not over. He didn't say that. I just did. He said the war is over. The war is lost. That Putin has lost the war, which he has. Nobody is going to support him. He's got very few people supporting him. When Turkey said yes to Sweden, oh my gosh. Because Turkey was part of, Russia's support. And when they said yes, okay, so what will happen if there is a skirmish on the Suwałki Gap? What will happen to, let's just do 4116 cards. Because I think this, I know I'm kind of harping on this. I think it's going to be kind of big. What's going to happen? Walking away from sorrow, justice. Okay, it is big. Let's drop it down. You can see. What's going to happen if they go into the Suwałki Gap? Walking away from sorrow, justice. This is a huge card. This is going to bring balance back. If they go in there, it's not going to be pretty. There's also a new birth that's going to happen from this. We also have the Empress card up at the top of the reading, also giving birth. Mother Russia, a lot of times, is associated with this card. Giving birth to something new. We have this listening to news from a different source, from an unexpected source. We have the celebration in the past, but then we have that fighting in the potential near future. So it's more verbal. It's not winning at any cost. It's more pointing fingers at each other. It's kind of like that bridge thing going on with Ukraine. You blew up my bridge. No, I'm not saying I did, or I'm not saying I didn't. It's kind of like that game Battleship, okay? Someone is sneaking into camp, leaving them defenseless. NATO, right? They went in and it was, I think that was Turkey going, yeah, we're going to make Sweden part of NATO. The external position is the King of Wands. There's more information that's going to be coming out. Higher authority information, a calming energy. This is still a little passionate, a little fire-ish. So, you know, people are going to get their butt hurt and go, hey. Hopes and fears is that Ace of Swords doesn't come out and start a new thing, but this is the Ace of the Sword of Truth, piercing the crown. I just think, I don't see it good for Russia. And if they do, they're going to become more isolated. And it's going to really shed a light on what's going on over there. Nine of Pentacles, it's a lot about money, keeping them contained a little bit, starting on a new journey. Oh my God, look at this. Money, the Fool, and the Ace of Cups. And we had, ow. Didn't I have the Ace of, oh yeah. Yeah. Look at all the aces here. Ace of Swords, the Ace of Cups, the Fool, new beginning. All this new coming out of it. And Justice is hanging on to the Ace of Swords, the Sword of Truth. With all of this stuff going on that we're not really happy with, the fighting and stuff, things are switching, things are changing. We are coming into a unified world. Okay, I said this was going to be a short one. Once again, not so short. All right, I'm going to be on, for those of you still watching, on Lori's Way of Positive Change at 4 my time. So with Sheila, and we're going to be talking lots more politics. So join us, and thank you guys for watching. Peace and love. How do I stop this?